Alright, guys, hello everyone, hello team. I hope you guys are doing well. Well, this video is gonna be in English, and we're gonna be talking about CrossFit. Okay, what is CrossFit? This is a century's question, probably, and people come up with different ideas, and many people maybe didn't know that there were so absurd briefings and explanations about this thing. So we will be talking about actually what is CrossFit. So basically, CrossFit is just a brand name like Sony, Samsung, or Toyota, or whatever it is. Okay, like so. CrossFit is not a sports branch. It's not like tennis and basketball and volleyball or whatever it is. CrossFit is a brand name, but what it represents is different. CrossFit represents actually functional fitness, right? So functional fitness came out with the first human being just stepped on earth, so it's way that old, but the point is like they put them into methodology, and some, like they made the parameters that can be calculated well. You can design it, you can repeat it, you can measure it. So this is the biggest point of the things of CrossFit. Well, I mean, so far I've been teaching CrossFit, and I had a chance to teach this in the university level in the certificate programs, but I had a chance to maybe talk to some university teachers in sports coaching, and also, like some coaches, like Olympic weightlifting coaches or whatever it is. So people are very ignorant about these things. So like they were saying that, okay, now the name of the circuit training is CrossFit. Of course not. Of course not, my friend. I'm sorry, but I mean, these people are just like drives me off. Like they don't know it, but they are so ignorant, but they just still want to commenting on something like they are the author in something in that field, the specialist. But no, I mean, shut up and listen, or learn something, or listen something, and then make your commentation, right? So, okay, simple explanation we will go through there, right? So CrossFit divides into three segments, three specialization, let's say. Like one of them is very important, is weightlifting, actually Olympic weightlifting. Like, I mean, when you say Olympic weightlifting, it divides into the assistant moves as well, like deadlifting, like shrug, like push press kinds, shoulder press, push and jerk, deadlift, sumo deadlift, high pull, or like high pulls and shrugs and timing and squat variants, like front squat, back squat, overhead squat, the air squat. But air squat doesn't go into weightlifting. There's a tricky question in there. The point is, whatever you do with your body weight goes into gymnastics. So gymnastics, newly name is like with the exercising procedures and movements, they call it calisthenics. Whatever you do with your body weight, pals, okay? So you do air squat, it's not going to Olympic weightlifting, even if squat is one of the main fundamental movement of the Olympic weightlifting. It goes to gymnastics. If you do the push-ups, it goes to gymnastics. If you do the handstand walks, all right, handstand push-ups, gymnastics. Whatever you do with that, it goes to gymnastics. Pull-ups, variants, muscle-ups, ring muscle-ups, gymnastics. Even plank, gymnastics. Okay, you are controlling, modifying your body weight. So this is the point, important. So we started with Olympic weightlifting, and then we went into the gymnastics, and we talked about it, the second part, and we are going now to the third part, which is metabolic conditioning. But metabolic conditioning in the sports world, we can say more and more related about athleticism. Running, bike, cycling, swimming, right? Rope jumping, you can do this. About your metabolic conditioning, these are main things. Rowing, wow, one of the most effective ones. I love that. I mean, if you have a chance, you should do the real one. If you don't have a chance, you can use the Concept 2 rowing machine. This is the only machine that the world rowing community gives that is the same equivalence for the effort wise to the real rowing, you know. So this is the point, very important. And also, you know, like I also had a chance to actually not a chance that as unlike being unlucky, actually this is a very bad chance to meet up with some stupid people. I'm sorry that I had to use that Dumbo people, you know, the elephant Dumbo people, goofy people who thinks that they know CrossFit very well and say that CrossFit is not functional. And you know, like it was a big error in a real CrossFit coach's mind. What do you mean not functional? I mean, after a while of conversation, then we understand that. For example, your house key. House key is small because it is functional. Because it's being small is functional, right? You need to carry that fucking key in your pocket, right? You need to carry it with you all the time, right? So it has to be functional. It has to be light. You can operate it. You can get into your house. You can keep it somewhere safe. So this is your house key. Or the cars are not like very sharp endings, you know, like a square endings. No, it has to be aerodynamic. Because why the wind is coming and the wind needs to swipe off the car, right? It should not be braking. It should not be blocking its speed, right? So the car needs to like smoothly dives into the air matter, you know. So it is functional. But for that Dumbo, he thinks that he was a great coach. He was a coach of football but knows nothing about CrossFit, and he just said probably better. He thinks that he has a great body and he knows CrossFit very well. I don't know, maybe somebody told him that he had great abs or whatever the hell is. Excuse me, dude. Excuse me, Dumbo. You know nothing about CrossFit. He told that CrossFit is not functional, but I'm sorry, CrossFit is 100, maybe the 1000% is functional, and its definition is simply saying, brother, Dumbo, constantly, varied, high intensity, functional movements, you know. And it's not the same thing about your house key needs to be functional and it needs to be small and your car needs to be smooth on its aerodynamic shape. It's not the same functionality. You need to read it. Ignorant idiot. You need to read this, and read this. You need to educate yourself, enlighten yourself. Unless you come to that level, shut up. Okay? I'm sorry, I'm so pissed off these kind of people because like they have like some abs or like maybe have some like biceps and the chest muscles, they think that they are great coaches. You know nothing about it. The CrossFit functionality lies in somewhere different. Where? In sports world, in functional fitness world. If you read Michael Boyle, you will see that Vern Gambetta, these people are the authors, okay? The specialists, co-founders, founding fathers of functional fitness. I mean, functional fitness were invented way before them, but they were the first people who put them into literature, who defined it. So, when we come in the description, explanation of something functional, a functional means a movement, any kind of movement requires, involves, engages more than one muscle group, one tendon, one skeleton part. Okay? More than one. So if you're doing a like isometric like a biceps curl, it's not functional. It's not functional. Okay. But if you're doing a squatting, if you're doing a deadlifting, if you're doing a pull-up, even if you're doing a plank, it is functional because it requires, it engages, it involves more than one muscle group, more than one tendon group, more than one skeleton structure. Okay, this is a point. So, and also there are other ignorant coaches that telling me, oh, now the circuit training name is in this era, it's CrossFit. No, motherfucker, it's not. I'm sorry, no. Because circuit training is just like circuit training that goes 30 seconds on, or 45 seconds on and 15 seconds off. Also includes like isotonic, isometric movements, but CrossFit is not like that. Whatever you do in CrossFit, it has to include more than one muscle group. Okay, so it is more energy. It causes more energy expenditures. Okay, it burns more calories. Even you need to use your brain for synchronization and coordination more for these kind of movements. And that was another saying, man. Wow, one of the legend, I think, that ignorant university teacher was saying that they took something like cross running in the mountains, in the trails. They took it and they mixed it with the fitness, and they came up with CrossFit. Wow, man. Wow. What do you smoke? What do you smoke? Really? Just open up CrossFit and read it. It is just saying that constantly varied, high intensity, functional movements. Yes, the methodology varies a lot. Why? Because there are a lot of different mathematical, physical methodologies. Like you go like maybe like some benchmark exercise methods like goes with like 9, 15 and 21, or you go reverse, like 21, 15 and 9, or you can go for cheaper and start from like 100 or 200 and then goes and some like level of like subordination, it goes like decreasing in some specific amount, like 180, 60, 40, 20 and 0 and or 10, whatever it is. So there are different way of CrossFit formulas, but the basic thing is whatever you do, it has got to be something functional. What is functional? Functional means requiring more than one muscle group, more than one tendon group and skeletal structure. Okay, like squatting, deadlifting, pull up, push up, whatever it is. So guys, this was a brief and a fast explanation of what CrossFit is. Please don't just like watch the YouTube videos like randomly and try to do those things, like even in the CrossFit.com, the exercises, the workouts are very, very hard for beginners. Make sure that you contact with the real CrossFit coaches, trainers, who are internationally accredited for this branch. I'm still consider myself as like CrossFit coach. I did not renew my CrossFit level 2 trainer due to some financial crisis in the world and how much it costs, but it doesn't make me that since I didn't pay my money and since they didn't renew my title, I'm not a CrossFit coach. I have been doing CrossFit and teaching CrossFit for over like 8 years. I had an experience to do this beautiful methodology in US. I worked as a head coach. I worked as a strength and conditioning coach, Olympic weightlifting coach in US, and also I did seminars. I had private clientele. I had the students, So I am this. I mean, even if I didn't give them the money, or if you cannot see my name on their current trainers directory list, it doesn't mean that I'm not a CrossFit coach. Because I also had a headquarters email to me that saying that Mr. Nas, Coach Nas, please renew your license. But since it is like it's like $1,000, and in Turkey it costs a lot of money, I cannot, and I don't want to do that. But just because they are not naming me in their trainers directory, it doesn't mean that I'm not a CrossFit coach. I'm 100% very experienced CrossFit, and more than CrossFit, exercise, strength, and conditioning specialist. So if you have any questions, any commentation, please comment on under this video, or any questions you can ask me in the commentation part, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. I wish you all the best, and as for always, stay safe and strong. Take care, guys. Love you. Bye.